Rookie of the Year. It seemed like Ja Morant had that lockdown, but then Zion Williamson came out and started breaking records left and right in his late regular season debut. So now I've been kind of wondering, how does Ja feel about this news that Zion might be up for Rookie of the Year? Well, it turns out he really doesn't care. He says, quote, "I honestly don't care about Rookie of the Year. They can give it to whoever they want. Right now, his focus is just making sure that his team gets to the playoffs, and receiving an individual honor is not his priority." So what do you guys think about that? Do you feel like he's kind of downplaying his investment in receiving the award, or does he truly not care?
I think that's what you say when you know you're probably not going to get it.
See, I think that's what you say when you know you probably will get it.
That's what I was gonna say. I think he knows that the award's his, so now he's trying to downplay it by saying like, "Oh, I don't care who it goes to."
Okay, so I don't think it's a given that he's going to get it.
Oh, who's gonna take it?
Between Ja and Zion?
37 games. He can.
Right.
Zion Williamson cannot get Rookie of the Year.
But
Games.
I will say it does say to the this is why guys like Ben Simmons just decide to hold off a whole year.
Yeah.
Like you guys want to say about Blake Griffin,
it.
whatever, but he was a Clipper, so I don't care. But just to say a player can't come in like mid-season and then take it, because if you look at their stats right now, like Zion is averaging 24 points and 7 rebounds versus Ja's averaging 17 points or whatever.
Right.
I believe 6 or 7 seven assists. So you can't say a player can't come late in the game and win it all, because then that is going to deter future players from wanting to play. You know what I mean? Like if they're hurt the first couple months of their rookie year, they're going to want to oh well, maybe I shouldn't play this year because I shouldn't ever get it because somebody else has been playing the whole season.
That's what I'm saying. And I said it yesterday that at most all I could see is a co-Rookie of the Year, but I can't see Zion Williamson being the sole Rookie of the Year.
But he's still breaking records, though. You know what
Which
I mean?
is great.
LeBron didn't even score this much in his first 9 games.
You're
you know
right.
What I mean? So you can't take away from the fact that he's out here, he's breaking records.
Fact.
He is literally, they've won 9 of the last 15 that he's played. So he is an impact on the team. So I just don't think it's fair to say, to Britt's point, you can't just take it away and automatically say, no, he hasn't played the amount of games, because the boy's putting up numbers. He's breaking records. He's doing things. And on top of that, he's electric. You know what I mean? And people forget that all eyes are on the Pelicans now because of him.
I want to jump in here and say, Mark wrote in and said, it's a robbery if he doesn't get it. Zion shouldn't be able to win it playing half of the year. But another person also echoed a similar sentiment and said, if they give it to Zion, it's going to degrade the whole 82-game season. So
that's my problem.
I don't agree with that.
I don't necessarily
because
agree
that's
with it either.
Because look, if I'm a trout swimming upstream now, if I've got less time to make an impact on this game and I still make it, that's got to count.
But the thing is, I still records be damned. I get it, but to me, Ja Morant still did more with a bigger sample size than Zion did. I get it, records and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think it's the sample size, I guess, that you could say, because we were talking about with Jeremy Lin or whatever. Okay, if you want to compare a 10-day stretch, Lin's sanity was the thing. But then after that, he goes to all these different teams, fizzled out, nobody ever heard from him again. So there is something to say about consistently doing it versus coming off on, just like they say, beginner's luck, or when people go into things. I could probably once in my life hit 5 straight shots. Does that mean I'm a shooter? No, I could probably never hit a shot again. Not saying Zion isn't that guy and he's not going to be that guy, but I think the argument would be the sample size of how long we've seen Zion play.
Because no one's disagreeing. Zion Williamson is groundbreaking, blockbuster, all those things, and like you said, breaking records and stuff like that. But it's just in more time, Ja has done more, and in my opinion, that is consistently
but at the
staying
same
with
time, though, we all know that sometimes when people come off with injuries, they're disabled on the court for a while because they're still a little timid, I don't want to react.
And you're going to say Zion never had that because from the jump he was
right. I'm saying
good.
He came out here and was like, I have something to prove. So he's working with the handicap and he's still doing all these things. And I just think it's not fair to say, oh, the sample size, because I think the sample size is smaller and that's got to count for something.
Well, so Jackie, then I'm curious, do you feel like Zion should be the one who walks away with the Rookie of the Year award, or you just think that he should still be considered?
I think he should still be considered. If I was going to cast my vote right now, if I'm going to be honest, I'd probably go with Zion, but I wouldn't be mad if Ja won it because,
let's
to
do a vote right now.
Oh, God.
If you had to vote today without knowing what's going to happen with the playoffs, who do you guys have? Zion, raise your hand.
Oh, are we doing? I thought you were.
I thought we was asking this. Okay,
Zion.
it's on Zion.
Zion.
Okay, and then Ja, raise your hand.
And this
You
lady-
can't.
This is why there's an electoral
I'm
college.
standing by what I said, man.